You know, we're always told that self-awareness is this amazing superpower, right? It's supposed to be the key to growing, to understanding yourself. But what happens when that superpower kinda turns on you? What if being too self-aware isn't a strength at all, but this silent struggle that just traps you inside your own head? Okay, let's get into this.
So picture this. You've just had a totally normal conversation, maybe with a coworker or a friend. And then the second it's over, the internal monologue kicks in, and the first thought that hits you is, did I sound weird?
And right on its heels, another one pops up, pulling you just a little bit deeper into that spiral of self-doubt. Did they think I was awkward?
And finally, you land on the one that just replays that one thing you said over and over and over again. Why did I say that? And just like that, a perfectly fine moment becomes a source of regret.
And that's the whole experience, isn't it? Instead of just living your life, you feel like you're constantly performing. And after the performance, you're the one rewatching the tape, judging every single move. What starts out as healthy reflection just becomes completely exhausting.
So let's get right to the heart of it. There is a hidden downside to self-awareness that almost nobody talks about. It's the point where this thing that's supposed to be your greatest strength actually becomes your biggest mental burden.
And here's the paradox in action. I mean, on one hand, yeah, self-awareness is a superpower. It helps us learn from our mistakes, understand our emotions, and grow. But when you take it too far, that exact same tool morphs into this huge source of anxiety that just freezes you with the fear of getting something wrong.
And you know what? There's actually a term for this. It's called constant self-monitoring. This is that exact moment when your helpful inner guide turns into more of an internal warden, just watching, judging, and analyzing every single thing you do until you can barely move.
But why? Why does this feel so bad? What is actually going on in our heads? Well, psychologically, this hyper-awareness isn't just some personality quirk. It might actually be an old evolutionary feature that's just turned up way too high. You know, our ancient need to watch out for social threats, but now it's running 24/7. It really breaks down into 3 key reasons.
So, we're going to walk through each of these 3 things. That overactive inner critic that judges everything, the analysis paralysis that literally stops you in your tracks, and the emotional intensity that makes it so hard to just let things go.
Okay, first up, the overactive inner critic. People who are highly self-aware tend to have a really powerful inner voice, but over time, that voice can become incredibly harsh. It starts pointing out every single mistake, every past embarrassment, until you feel like you're living under this constant critical spotlight, even when you're completely alone.
And next, we've got analysis paralysis. This is what happens when you think so much about every possible outcome, imagining every way you could fail or be embarrassed or feel regret that you just never actually make a move. While other people are out there taking messy, imperfect action and moving forward, you're stuck. Not because you can't do it, but because your brain is demanding a level of certainty that just doesn't exist in real life.
And finally, there's emotional intensity. I mean, being highly self-aware means you feel things with incredible clarity. But the flip side is that you carry those emotional memories for a longer. You replay the painful moments, you relive the awkward interactions, and you can get trapped analyzing your feelings instead of just, experiencing them. And man, is it draining.
So what's the solution here? The goal isn't to become less aware. I mean, that's probably impossible anyway. The real goal is to make a really powerful shift in how you use that awareness.
And the key is to literally change the question you ask yourself. You have to stop punishing yourself with, why did I do that? And start asking a forward-looking, more compassionate question. Okay, what did I learn and what's next? One of those is a total dead end. The other is a doorway to actual growth. And really, this gets to the core of it. Awareness without any kindness is just a tool you're using for self-punishment. But when you combine that deep awareness with acceptance, that's when it transforms into real wisdom. So this all brings us to a final, really fundamental choice that, honestly, we all have to make every single day.
I want you to remember this. You are not that harsh inner voice. You are not every thought you pick apart. Your ability to see things, to understand things, and to feel so deeply, that's a gift. The trick is just learning how to turn down the volume on the constant self-monitoring so you can actually use that gift.
So, I'll just leave you with this one question to think about. When you look back at your days, your conversations, your choices, are you truly living your life, or are you just watching it from the inside, endlessly analyzing the footage?